Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward. Call us foolish or naive, but in this fast-changing world that pulls you this way and that, listening to our own inner voice seems like the better way. It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do, and what we make. Because if we're not living our true self, we're not really living at all.
是毋庸置疑的，因为呢 ，Pete 从创立这家公司之初呢，他就有一个非常简单的想法，就是与世界分享更好的科技。
所以我们重新开了一套产品线。
We are launching a phone with 6 months to do it.
We don't have any time, but we still have to do stuff.
We don't have a launch plan.
We do the budget like that, then we also launch.
We don't have visual identity.
It's a fast-paced project.
We don't have product entirely figured out. We haven't tested the overall concept.
你告诉我的结果有句模糊的，我怎么去做呢？
我要下周知道这个事 ，OK？ 这个马上就结。
I've never seen this speed ever in my life.
And build a team. The most important thing, build a team.
Go, go, go.
Does culture that vision? Does product team share that vision? I guess we'll find out.
This will definitely stick out. This is not the ordinary phone you see.
And that's sort of where you're shaking my head, fuck, we're onto something here.
The stakes are much higher. And if we don't succeed, we probably don't have another shot.
Today will be a day to remember for OnePlus.
In the smartphone industry, there's a huge change every 2 years. Anything can happen.
Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine. 'Cause I'm a half of shining. Dark clouds and silver linings. Set is go in your soul. You can get control. They can try to fight it.
It's that motivation when you feel like giving up. When it's cold, you fall down on your luck. Spring back, yeah, I know that life is tough, but even when you fed up, you gotta keep your head up. Point me in the right direction, all we need is love. I wanna be that hand to stand and lift you up, the shoulder that you lean on. No, I never budge. See, I'm solid like a rock, and my grip you gotta trust.
Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine. 'Cause I'm a half of shining. Dark clouds and silver linings. Set is go in your soul. You can get control. They can try to fight it.
Time is slipping, time is slipping every day. The only thing that's folded is my hands when I pray. I mean, I ain't tripping in my vision when I see them play. The children make me hopeful that we all see better days, yeah. Been through the struggle that was made for me. Came from the battle that was saved for me. We all follow mission on the paddle. When the dust cleans, no one ever settles. Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine. Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine.
Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series. This is the OnePlus 6. The OnePlus 5. The OnePlus 3. The OnePlus 2.
Returning to the roots.
Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward. Call us foolish or naive, but in this fast-changing world that pulls you this way and that, listening to our own inner voice seems like the better way. It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do, and what we make. Because if we're not living our true self, we're not really living at all.
We had a dinner together where we discussed kind of the principles in this team and how it will be run, how it will be different from the other teams, and also that we're all in this together.
那天晚上，比如说 Paul， 你和 Carl 来做这个项目吧，我第一反应就是很高兴，第二个就是也很忐忑，就非常的忐忑。
After the decision was made, we decided to kind of burn the bridge. If you always have something to go back to, you're not going to put in 100%.
第一个要对得起 Pete 这种信任，第二个就是怎么去真的是能做一款获得用户认可、能占领用户心智的一个产品。
如果作为一个设计师来看，我们的挑战在哪里？其实，当我们面对一款可能性价比更加紧凑的一款产品的时候，那对设计师挑战来看，就是说它有更多的限制，可能要求你在产品的平衡当中去找到最优解的答案。
Because we built so much brand equity in the OnePlus brand over the past few years that we can't risk the trust that the consumers have in us just because we have a lower price point.
那两个项目都做完啊，我有提前让他在做这个设计规划吗？
但我觉得那样时间上很难管控。
你为什么很难管控呢？
就是你要在同时去管理两个供应商，然后还要时间上要重新排。
你是广角还是普通的？
这有点变形了嘛？有点变形了嘛？你看，这有点歪嘛。
那么设计的差异化，实际上最容易体现的就在那个摄像头。那你要考虑是消费者 你想传达给消费者的是什么？那你要是基于这个点去思考。
在当中，我们是选择了一种与现在以往完全不一样的，可能更前卫、更有个性的一款产品设计。那这款产品设计，其实我们内部当时是一致非常满意的一个结果。我们把这款产品推到了用户的面前，让他去做选择的时候，他给我了截然不同的答案。前5、6年当中一直在设计旗舰产品，我们对成本以及给设计师的空间来看是无比巨大的。那对设计师挑战来看，就是说，以往你可能做的一些发挥和空间，它可能更加有局限性，也是抱着一种勇气或者是纠结的状态，是把它全部推翻掉了。
然后说到手机的软件硬件，其实我认为呢，它是一个整体，也没有软件的硬件，那是完全不可用的；没有硬件的软件，那就是空中楼阁。
Our users, they're knowledgeable. And first is about like fun and smooth.
So do we design for buying power, or do we design for students?
We're really confident about the 90 Hz. And also, we want to build the best fast and smooth experience upon 5G plan.
那我们就会拿以前的老的机器作为对比，所以我们会在其中选择一个最适当的一个标准去卡我们这样的一个机器。所以这就是我们如何把软件和硬件有机的结合到一起，并且通过90赫兹的屏幕把这种流畅的体验带给用户的方法。
就显示屏的变异最大的跟这个软件没什么关系，甚至跟高网的可能没关系。那这个是已经发生的事情，对吧？说明这个屏是有问题。
我们拿了新版本，然后做一下测试吧，大规模测试吧。
I think a lot of people think making a smartphone is just about, taking the components and baking it into a kind of form factor and there you go. But how do you take a design concept into a mass manufactured product? There's a lot of steps there.
其实手机是一个非常精密的智能设备，基本上可以分成几个阶段。第一个就是属于 concept 的阶段。那么 concept 的阶段实际上是设计的可行性评估，那么需要2到3个月的时间。那第二个阶段就是整个产品开发阶段，那这个时候是整个的开发和我们整个生产是结合最紧密的一个阶段。这个产品是一步一步由设计阶段、设计验证阶段、设计开发阶段，然后到量产阶段，一步一步走向成熟。在所有的供应链的物料 OK 之后，那我们会到整个的 assembly line， 根据那个设计好这个制造的流程，那么会去做组装。
不是 OP8 吧？
这是 OP8。
OP8 是吧？
其实整个暗示的核心其实就在一个是一样，再一个是测试系统。
一加的这个产品的实验是非常多的，在我们的内部测试，我们有第一轮我们有2轮，第一轮是2.8万次，那么第二轮是5.6万次。很难想象，就是说，在一个连续2轮的测试，2.8万次、5.6万次，最终能保持这个整个手机的性能都 OK。整个的一加的整个的实验的测试，它是非常苛刻，标准是非常高的。
We're staying true to what we believe in. We want to deliver a great product to the market. We want to build a new product line that still embodies our never settle spirit. We can still deliver on the product experience that we think is really important.
Sean, the product team and marketing team, let's work together. How to express fast and smooth to users.
We had this challenge because there were so many uncertainties around how the coronavirus would kind of unfold.
整个疫情在爆发，但是整个项目又很赶。我们在这个时间段当时全部可能在家办公，全部用 Zoom 在办公，所以那个时候你才发现，原来在一起办公或者是共同交流是一件多么美好的事情。
那么所有我们做产品开发的人，都是集中在一个小办公室里面。整个团队实际上在1月份、2月份、3月份都在一起，他们甚至在过年期间都没回去。
我们还需要让一些设计师冒着一些风险，去一些工厂，去推进项目的进度，保证我们的设计与最终的量产结果是相互一致的。 就这个时候，我们在电话会议当中有开玩笑说，很多设计师是冒着生命在打造产品。
哪个好看？
It's super simple. It has a little bit of a bumper.
The bumper is good.
The bumper's awesome.
We're lowering down the cost.
我跟你说一个我的担忧，市场上这种颜色的手机太多了，我们不够拉开距离。
We should keep our promise for our users.
I think in the early days of this project, we were still discussing, whether we would have an offline event, and if so, where in the world it would be. We kind of knew that there was a high risk of the world being very different around the time of launch, so we were working on this plan B, so we had it in our pocket. I think it's the first time anybody is launching a product in this format, and what I've seen so far, I'm quite confident with. I'm looking forward to how consumers react.
Please put your hands together and welcome Pete Lau.
On December 17th, 2013, OnePlus was officially founded, which started our journey of never settle. Today will be a day to remember for OnePlus.
So at OnePlus, we wanted to build the best smartphone. It was really exciting because I was only 24 years old. This is so weird. This doesn't happen for Apple even. In the smartphone industry, there's a huge change every 2 years. Anything can happen. $1,000 phones are just kind of decreasing in sales. I think consumers, they don't really know what's going on between the different model iterations. Companies are just putting out new smartphones just for the sake of it. For a lot of people, they just want a phone that works and works really well.
所以我们重新开了一套 Nord 的产品线，就是为了让更多的用户用到一加的轻快流畅的无负担的这样体验的产品。
The market is really ready for a product like this. People love the OnePlus brand, and people are lusting for a more accessibly priced OnePlus product. A few quick words. So, I've been really excited about this project. I haven't slept for 4 nights now, and my verbal skills are not as good as usual due to lack of sleep. So, the goal of today is we don't have any time, but we still have to do stuff, and we have to do stuff quickly. The goal of today is to align on high-level things that will allow the team to start moving forward.
再一次的挑战这个行业规则的这样一个不将就的一个过程。我们无论是在产品的设计也好，还是它的用户体验也好，我们也是力求完美。
I first started hearing about OnePlus at the very beginning. I was the user number 1,507 joining, so it was a small village. It's much more than just technology.
Yeah, I've been a OnePlus user for, I don't know, since the beginning. And I can afford the older models, but I mean, the price point is something I think about.
I'm a project manager of this project and I take care of everything. We are launching a phone with 6 months to do it. I think the most nervous thing for me is to get everyone aligned. Yeah, this is the most difficult thing.
Nord 产品，应该是我们一加近几年，第一款。
think we are building something faster than anyone has ever built anything before. In at least in my career, it's 25 years now, so I've never seen this speed ever in my life.
Let's now look at some of the selected elements that steer us visually and also material-wise.
Why is everybody playing with their computers? We're having a meeting.
I'm making notes.
Only Mia should make notes.
We good? Yeah, so let me then, topic 2. Color-wise, and also photography, we want to portray real people with real instinct and know.
Create a direction for this expression. Now we've been doing that amount of work that we would have been doing 2-3 months for, I think, we're spending 3-4 weeks. It's a fast-paced project.
Herman, you are there, yes?
Yes.
First, 22 becomes too sophisticated.
The visual identity is supposed to be inspired by the Scandinavian sort of design. We think of it as very clean and calm and modern and minimalistic.
If you ask me what I like, what are we? We're just doing different because of different.
你不用跟我谈风格，
你设计风格是不是
这个是不真实的东西。
策略上没有达成共识吗？
你要这个时间点，你要告诉我你做什么，你知道吗？否则的话，你去掌握一个产品线，你告诉我的结果是模糊的，我怎么去做呢？
我要下周得到结果。OK， 这个马上就解。
It's crazy. 20-minute meeting and decision taken, actions done, and new prototype ready in 5 days.
I mean, it takes responsibility to say we're gonna delay the launch because let's do things right. But let's see. But I think that's the thing. The product team doesn't. They see the sort of business opportunity and the whole kind of smartphone. And me and Jacob, we see a bit further, and that takes fucking balls. If
是毋庸置疑的，因为呢 ，Pete 从创立一家这家公司之初呢，他就有一个非常简单的想法，就是与世界分享更好的科技。
所以我们重新开了一套产品线。
We are launching a phone with 6 months to do it.
We don't have any time. We still have to do stuff. We don't have a launch plan.
We do the budget like that, then we also launch.
We don't have visual identity.
It's a fast-paced project.
We don't have product entirely figured out. We haven't tested the overall concept.
你告诉我的结果是模糊的，我怎么去做呢？
我要下周得到结果。OK， 这个马上就结果。
I've never seen this speed ever in my life.
And build a team. The most important thing, build a team.
Go.
if you look out for those short-term highs, which don't tie into the long-term goal, that's when sort of things can get messy.
Why would you say that my journey is a short-term high? It's my entire life.
We've lost that endpoint. Me constantly, I want to be proving myself to you that I can fucking deliver the project. I can do this overnight, staying, don't fucking go to sleep, cancel my plane because I wanted to have a strategy this morning.
I don't want to boss people. I don't like to be a dictator in a meeting, but it's so messy.
But we need to make sure that everyone goes to the same direction. That's where the whole culture about do the right things, do things right. We gotta live by what we do.
It needs to be, of course, built from some understanding of the market and understanding of our own ability. And we need to lock decisions on products that if we haven't decided on certain things, the train leaves the station.
It is crazy. It's yeah, it just feels like every day there's new information and things could change immediately. And you don't know what's actually going to happen. But it's exciting. It's exciting. And it's the opportunity to like really create something the way that you kind of want to do it. So.
takes a bit more time to get everyone on the same page, but hopefully once we find alignment with the structure, we can make the thing happen. Oh yeah. Man, I need sleep.
First, I just wanted to say that I know this project is very messy right now, and I'm the person who can accept messiness the least. But the reason why I'm okay with this is because this is just the start. There's so many things to get done. So if you notice it's messy, yes, I also notice it's messy, but I'm accepting it in the short term so we can move fast on a couple of things. Let's begin.
So yeah, there has been a virus outbreak, and it's actually spread. So yeah, there has been a virus outbreak, and it's actually spread.
Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward. Call us foolish or naive, but in this fast-changing world that pulls you this way and that, listening to your own inner voice seems like the better way. It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do, and what we make. Because if we're not living our true self, we're not really living at all.
是毋庸置疑的，因为呢 ，Pete 从创立一家这家公司之初呢，他就有一个非常简单的想法，就是与世界分享更好的科技。
所以我们重新开了一条产品线。
We are launching a phone with 6 months to do it.
We don't have any time. We still have to do stuff.
We don't have a launch plan.
We do much like that, then we won't play.
We don't have visual identity fast.
Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine. 'Cause never half a shining. Dark clouds and silver linings. Set is cool in your soul. You can get control. They can try to find it.
It's that motivation when you feel like giving up.
it's cold, you fall down on your luck. Spring back, yeah, I know that life is tough, but even when you fed up, you gotta keep your head up. Point me in the right direction, all we need is love. I wanna be that hand to stand and lift you up, the shoulder that you lean on. No, I never budge. See, I'm solid like a rock, and my grip you gotta trust.
Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine. Cause I'm a half a shining. Dark and clouds and silver linings. Set a screw in your soul. You can't get control. You can try to fight it.
Time is slipping every day. The only thing that's folded is my hands when I pray. I mean, I ain't tripping in my vision when I see them play. The children make me hopeful that we all see better days, yeah. Been through the
Struggle that would make me. Came from the battle that would save me. We all follow mission on a paddle. When the dust cleans, no one ever settle. Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine. Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine.
Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series. This is the OnePlus 6. The OnePlus 5. The OnePlus 3. The OnePlus 2.
Returning to the roots.
Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward. Call us foolish or naive, but in this fast-changing world that pulls you this way and that, listening to our own inner voice seems like the better way. It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do, and what we make. Because if we're not living our true self, we're not really living. And what we make. Because if we're not living our true self, we're not really living.
OnePlus was officially founded, which started.
So at OnePlus, we wanted to build the best smartphone. It was really exciting because I was only 24 years old.
This is so weird. This doesn't happen for Apple even.
Only 24 years old are just kind of decreasing in sales. I think consumers, they don't really know what's going on between the different model iterations. Companies are just putting out new smartphones just for the sake of it. For a lot of people, they just want a phone that works and works really well.
所以我们重新开了一套 Nord 的产品线，就是为了让更多的用户用到一加的轻快流畅的无负担的这样体验的产品。
The market is really ready for a product like this. People love the OnePlus brand, and people are lusting for a more accessibly priced OnePlus product. A few quick words. So, I've been really excited about this project. I haven't slept for 4 nights now, and my verbal skills are not as good as usual due to lack of sleep. So, the goal of today is we don't have any time, but we still have to do stuff, and we have to do stuff quickly. The goal of today is to align on high-level things that will allow the team to start moving forward.
再一次的挑战这个行业规则的这样一个不将就的一个过程。我们无论是在产品的设计也好，还是它的用户体验也好，我们也是力求完美。
Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward. Call us foolish or naive, but in this fast-changing world that pulls you this way and that, listening to our own inner voice seems like the better way. It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do, and what we make. Because if we're not living our true self, we're not really living at all.
"是毋庸置疑的，因为呢 ，Pete 从创立一加这家公司之初呢，他就有一个非常简单的想法，就是与世界分享更好的科技。
所以我们重新开了一套产品线。
We are launching a phone with 6 months to do it.
We don't have any time, but we still have to do stuff. We don't have a launch plan.
We do the budget like that, then we overlap.
We don't have visual identity.
fast-paced projects.
We don't have product entirely figured out. We haven't tested the overall concept.
你告诉我今天有巨模糊的，我怎么去做呢？
我要下周知道这个。OK，这个马上就接。
I've never seen this speed ever in my life.
Build a team. The most important thing, build a team.
Go, go.
The scholarship.
The market is really ready for a product entirely figured out. We haven't tested the overall concept.
你告诉我今天有巨模糊的，我怎么去做呢？
我要下周知道这个。OK，这个马上就接。
I've never seen this speed ever in my life.
Build a team. The most important thing, build a team.
Go, go.
The scholarship.
Looking for a nod. There's a good nod. That's a nice comfy nod you just hit me with right there. Price is going to be key. It's increasingly, that's that killer feature today in the smartphone game because let's be honest, there's a lot to choose from. A lot of smartphones out there. So it's not just about what's on that spec list. It's not just about what the thing looks like. It's also where does it fit in? What are you going to need from me cash-wise so that I can have that experience? All right, Jack, can we get an update on this countdown? What are you saying for us here? Oh, I feel like Jack's about to hit us with some AR right now. He's lining things up. Oh my goodness gracious. It's very intense right now. He's bent over. He's pointing at my desk right here, and something should appear. Oh, I hear something. I hear something. Do you guys hear that? I feel like maybe you can hear that. The preparation begins.
Product
This is your
entirely figured out. We
intro.
haven't tested the overall concept.
Your dramatic intro music.
我要下周知道这个。OK，这个马上就接。
I've never seen this speed ever in my life.
Build a team. The most important thing, build a team.
Go.
The scholarship.
Oh, maybe there's a lot of people on having the AR experience themselves. It's quite possible. There's panic ensuing over here. We have people are scrambling, and Willie Doo's got the headphones back on. Jack's back. And I'm waiting for those sweet entrance tunes to reconvene. I have to say, Will, I normally don't have the headphones on when we're doing this show, and it makes me want to get to the mic closely. Yes, it does. So, how are we looking, Jack? Oh, baby. Jack's back. And there's that music again. That means we're close. We're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, baby. We are live in a couple of minutes here. And if this doesn't get you going, I don't think you can call yourself a tech fan right now. I think you're going to have to reconsider because this is it's what it's all about. And look at the AR component. It's never been done before. That's fun. So this is going to be populated. This area right in front of me here is going to be populated with the actual broadcast. It's wild. 1 minute. 1 minute. Now, some people out there are going to be having this AR experience themselves, right? If you downloaded it in advance. And then for everybody else, we get to have this experience together. So I appreciate you being here.
1 minute remains. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Because if we're not living our true self,
Yeah, I just nailed that with just guessing. That's good stuff right there.
是毋庸置疑的，因为呢 ，Peter 从创立一家这家公司之初呢，他就有一个非常简单的想法，就是与世界分享更好的科技。
所以我们重新开了一套产品线。
We are launching a
是
phone
毋庸
with
置疑
6 months
的，
to
因
do
为
it.
呢 ，Peter 创立这家公司之初呢，他就有一个非常简单的想法。
We do the budget like that, then
就是与世界分享好的科技。
We don't have visual identity.
重新开了一套产品线。
We are launching a phone with 6 months to do it.
Product entirely figured out. We haven't tested the concept. We don't have a launch plan.
we do the budget like that, then
I've never seen this speed ever.
We don't have visual identity.
Fast,
The most important thing, build a team. Product entirely figured out. We haven't tested the product team entirely figured out. We haven't tested the concept.
This will definitely stick out. This is very
I've never seen this speed.
And that's sort of where you take my head for.
I've never seen this speed ever.
The most important thing, build a team together. And if we don't succeed, we probably don't have another shot.
Today, we have the day to remember OnePlus.
In the smartphone industry, there's a huge change every 2 years. Succeed, we probably don't have another shot.
Today, we have the day to remember OnePlus.
In the smartphone industry, there's a huge change every 2 years. Anything can happen. In the smartphone industry, there's a huge change every 2 years. Anything can happen.
是毋庸置疑的，因为呢 ，Peter 从创立一家这家公司
I think
之
that's
初
the
呢，
clip we just
他就
saw,
有一个
Jack.
非常简单的想法，是毋庸置疑的，因为呢 ，Peter 从创立一家这家公司之
I
初
think that's the
呢，
clip we just
与
saw,
世界
Jack.
分享更好的科技，
所以我们重新开了一套产品线。
就是
We are launching
与
a
世
phone
界
with
分享更
6
好的
months to
科
do
技。
it.
Maybe we're still waiting for OSP.
重新开了一套产品线。
We are launching a phone with 6 months to do
do the
it.
budget
Maybe we're
like
still waiting for
that,
OSP.
then we do the budget
We don't have a launch plan.
Oh, this is
We don't
okay.
have
We're gonna
visual
watch this
identity.
video.
like that.
Fast.
Okay, so we just got word. Oh, this is
We don't
okay.
have
We're gonna
visual
watch this
identity.
video shortly.
Fast.
Okay, so we just got hype up. This is our hype up video. Are you hyped, ladies and gentlemen? Very shortly, I would assume so. We got a little hype up. This is our hype up. I don't know about you, but are you hyped? I tend to get hype at 9:51 a.m. I would assume so. When the tech is involved. I don't know about you, but I tend to get hype at 9:51 a.m. Well, of course, that's the time where I am. 9:51 a.m. When the tech is involved, all over the world. Shout out to everybody watching from Europe, of course, and India, and everywhere. Where I am. 9:51 a.m. But Asia, from all over the world. Shout out to everybody watching from Europe and India and everywhere. Asia. There's 91,000 people here right now. So what a time to be alive as far as I'm concerned. There's 91,000 people here right now. So we should what a time to be alive as far as I'm concerned. We should do some predictions here, Will. You don't have a microphone. Hey, so poor guy. We should do some predictions here, Will. You don't have a microphone. How come you lost your mic? How come you lost your mic? Willie's mic is vanished in exchange for all the AR equipment. In exchange for that's been necessary all the AR for this particular broadcast. Necessary for this particular broadcast. But I like the noise of the background. Definitely stick out. But I like the definitely stick out. That's sort of where you're taking my head from. That's sort of where you're taking my head from.
And if we don't succeed, we probably don't have another shot. And if we don't succeed, we probably don't have another shot.
Today, we have the day to remember OnePlus.
the smartphone industry, there's a huge change over the years. Anything can happen.
Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all.
Exposed by OnePlus themselves.
700. Cause that behalf was shining. Dark clouds and silver linings. Said it's going to show. You can get control. They can try to fight it.
It's that motivation when you feel like giving up. When it's cold, you fall down on your luck. Spring back, yeah, I know that life is tough, but even when you fed up, you gotta keep your head up. Point me in the right direction, all we need is love. I wanna be that hand to stand and lift you up, that shoulder that you lean on. No, I never budge. See, I'm solid like a rock, and my grip you gotta trust.
Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine. Cause that behalf was shining. Dark clouds and silver linings. Said it's going to show. You can get control. They can try to fight it.
Time is slipping every day. The only thing that's folded is my hands when I pray. I mean, I ain't tripping in my vision when I see them play. The children make me hopeful that we all see better days, yeah. Been through the struggle
that was made me. Came from the battle that was saved me. We all follow mission on a pattern. When the dust cleans, no one ever settle. Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine. Whenever you call, I'll be there on time. Don't you worry at all. Put your heart with mine.
Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series. This is the OnePlus 6. The OnePlus 5. The OnePlus 3. The OnePlus 2.
Returning to the roots.
Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward. Call us foolish or naive, but in this fast-changing world that pulls you this way and that, listening to our own inner voice seems like the better way. It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do, and what we make. not living our true self. We're not really living at all.
是毋庸置疑的，因为呢 ，Pete 从创立一家这家公司之初呢，他就有一个非常简单的想法，就是与世界分享更好的科技。
所以我们重新开了一套。
We don't have product entirely figured out.
AMOLED display,
LCD,
it's
so that
actually
would
checking a lot of those boxes.
Who's ready for something new?
Bring up the
OnePlus?
volume on that a little bit,
New
Will.
beginnings, and they're
Just a
all
tiny bit.
posting new beginnings.
This is a phone that I think will be very disruptive in the
They're
market.
going to go back to their roots and create this budget smartphone.
Oh, baby. AR. The future.
It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do, and what we make.
All right, it's happening now.
Hi, I'm Carl from OnePlus.
What's up, Carl?
And welcome to the world's first product launch in AR. You won't find any queues or crowds here, and everyone watching has the best seat in the house. So for the next 20 minutes, we're gonna make history together. And at the end of it all, we'll bring an AR demo to your home so you can experience our newest product, all while staying safe. But before we jump right into it, I want to give you an update on the OnePlus 8 series. We launched the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro back in April, and we couldn't be happier with the reception from our community and the media. CNET said OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro are killer flagship phones, and Forbes said OnePlus challenges everyone with practical OnePlus 8 and powerful OnePlus 8 Pro. But now let's be honest. You all know why you're here. Today is about the OnePlus Nord. It's an entirely new adventure for us, and I'm really excited to tell you all about it. Before we launched the OnePlus One, we asked people what they wanted to see in a smartphone, and that allowed us to create a device that catered to the needs of consumers and really shook the market. 6 years on, our community has only grown stronger, providing us with unprecedented insights into what makes a great smartphone great. We learned that a quality smartphone experience boils down to 3 things. 1, camera. It's one of the most used features on a smartphone, so any good phone has to come with great cameras. And 2, a smooth experience. So specs and performance are great, but if the experience is laggy, it really detracts from the joy of using the product. And 3, quality. As people have become proficient in using smartphones, they increasingly want to buy one from someone they can trust and make a good product. So that's exactly what we've done. Nord has 6 cameras that goes beyond megapixels, but it's got a lot of those too. Nord features the same fast and smooth experience, that's uniquely OnePlus. And of course, Nord is built to the same quality standards as our other OnePlus phones, so it will last you for years to come. We've always placed the smartphone experience on a pedestal, but until now, we've had to rely on the fastest and most expensive components on the market to deliver it to you. We know you wanted a more affordable OnePlus phone, but until recently, it wouldn't have been possible to make without compromising our standards. But technology keeps on evolving, and today, we've finally been able to put together a product that stays true to our user experience standards. A product that truly belongs in the OnePlus family. Introducing Nord. It's pretty much everything you could ask for.
Oh, you heard it. It's what you asked for. Oh, there we go. AR floating around. 12 gigs of RAM, 765G, IMX586, 90 hertz AMOLED display, and boom, the phone is there. Physically spinning, I can almost touch it. This is wild. How about that for a launch event? Holy, so you can, okay, hold on, we're not done. Oh man, that's futuristic. Well, we're living in the future, man. So this is a good look at the device, obviously here. Couple colors that you got that bright blue as well. Oh, and this one get you going right here. Right, dual front cameras as well, an interesting choice. One very wide. It's that group shot. 105 degree field of view. Very wide. 765G 5G, that's the choice people are wondering about. They say they smoothed it out. They say they got a smooth experience, which is what matters. That's the OnePlus word. And warp charge in there as well, 32. 70% charge in half an hour. And obviously the 90 hertz display. People want the high refresh. Look at that color, Will. That is some icy blue going on there. That's part of the Nord name for sure. Look at this. Okay, we're back.
This is Nord, a device that realizes our goal of sharing the best technology with the world. It's also the result of a whole lot of sleepless nights. Before we had a name for this project, we had a direction, north. There's this concept of North Star, that each and every one of us has a path in our hearts that we follow. In a way, this new product line represents going back to some of the early ideas we had at OnePlus.
Well, that's crazy with the reflections.
A great product at a reasonable price.
I guess the reflections on a rotation.
We named this new product line Nord so that we're always reminded of our direction. When designing Nord, we took inspiration from the natural world and developed two incredible colors. The first is blue marble. It's smooth, striking, and elegantly reflects its environment. Here's Nord in its second color scheme, gray onyx, with a subtle metallic finish under the glass. On the front, you'll find a 6.44-inch fluid AMOLED display with a 90 Hz refresh rate and a bezel-less design. In true OnePlus fashion, we've also paid meticulous attention to the little details to streamline its design. Every segment of the Nord, the camera, flash, front camera, even the SIM tray, has the same oval shape and consistency that's most pleasing to the human eye. We've also developed specialized rings around Nord's camera to better conceal it and maintain the phone's minimalist design. The outermost ring has a PVD coating which, in simple terms, protects the sensor array and preserves its finish when placing Nord down on a flat surface, which you do with your smartphone 250 times a day on average. On the side of Nord, you'll find metal buttons and the signature OnePlus alert slider. And of course, Nord goes through our same rigorous testing and approval from almost 300 hard-to-please engineers who ensure it lives up to our quality standards. And yours. At the heart of every OnePlus phone is great performance, and that all starts with the processor. Nord is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 765 5G that boasts 10% faster speeds, 30% faster graphics, and 35% better power consumption than its predecessor, the 730G. As the name suggests, the 765 also comes with support for 5G and can deliver download speeds of up to 3.4 gigabits per second. In other words, Nord has the potential to far exceed even the fastest home broadband. We've also fitted the Nord with up to 12 gigs of RAM, not because it looks good on a spec sheet, although it does look good on a spec sheet. Instead, that amount of RAM allows Nord to preserve the status of your favorite apps so they don't have to reload when you jump from one to the other. Usually, it's really hard to explain why 90 Hz displays make it difficult to ever go back to anything less. But since we're in AR, you don't have to take our word for it. How about I show you instead? Here's an example of a display running at 1 Hz. You'll notice the scrolling and swiping is so choppy, the phone is practically unusable. Onto 30 Hz now, and you're starting to see a more familiar smartphone experience. But scrolling and swiping still isn't smooth. Finally, let's take a look at Nord's 90 Hz fluid display. You can see that everything is fast and more reactive to every touch. We introduced our first high refresh rate display with the OnePlus 7 Pro last year. Since then, we've been working to refine our 90 Hz technology to deliver the best user experience, like upping Nord's peak touch sampling rate from 135 Hz on the 7T to 180 Hz, so it's even faster at responding to every tap and swipe. Of course, what makes all these specs far greater than the sum of their parts is optimized software. Nord breathes the same oxygen you know and love. Nord comes pre-installed with Oxygen OS 10.5, complete with over 280 optimizations, each designed to deliver the fastest and smoothest experience possible. Here are a few examples. Animations weave every Oxygen OS feature together, so we take each one pretty seriously. In fact, we spent several months perfecting our unlock animations, experimenting time and time again to find the speed and transition that feels the best. Sure, this might seem like a trivial detail. After all, they only last 3 seconds in total. But when you're unlocking your phone over 100 times a day, having great animations suddenly becomes fundamental. Additionally, we've engineered Nord to always dedicate processing power and RAM to running all user interface elements to maintain smooth performance, especially when you're using a bunch of demanding apps at once. All in all, our optimizations mean you are 9 times less likely to experience frame drops even when using Nord in heavy load scenarios. We've also integrated Google's consumer communications apps into Nord. That means it comes with Messages, Duo, and the phone app to offer a seamless, helpful, and safe experience for communicating with others. Now, let's talk cameras. Nord comes with a quad camera setup that offers one of the most diverse photography experiences we've ever created at OnePlus.
The camera breakdown.
Now, we had to ask nicely, but the OnePlus 8 was kind enough to share its 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor with Nord, complete with optical image stabilization, so even the shakiest hands can capture the steadiest shots and buttery smooth 4K video. After you press the shutter button, Nord's also smart enough to remove unwanted noise and sharpen things up in tricky photography settings, like low light. To show the true power of Nord's main lens, we put it in the hands of photography maestro Makeda Sanford. Here's one of her shots. We think it speaks for itself. Flanking Nord's main sensor is an ultra-wide angle, offering a 119-degree field of view, which means there's never a group too big or a building too tall to be captured. Here's another mesmerizing shot from Makeda. Nord also comes with a dedicated macro camera that lets you get as close as 4 centimeters to a subject and a depth sensor to help apply a more accurate bokeh to portrait mode photos. We know what you're thinking. It's easy to make a camera system look great if you put it into the hands of professional photographers. Here's a shot I took of central Shenzhen from my balcony with nightscape mode. All right, let's take a look. If we zoom in, you can see the scene is bursting with vivid colors and detail. In fact, I think this one will go straight to my Instagram after I finish presenting. Now, let's see what the rest of the Nord team has been able to take. Nord also comes with the highest resolution front camera setup on any OnePlus phone. In addition to a main 32-megapixel sensor, you'll also find another ultra-wide angle lens with a 105-degree field of view, so you can fit more of your friends, your pets, or maybe just your pet's friends. We've also combined Nord's dual front cameras with intelligent software that automatically analyzes your selfies to ensure faces right at the back of a packed group shot are just as clear as those front and center. Plus, Nord's selfie cameras automatically brighten up images, highlight key details, and reduce noise in low light conditions. As you can tell, Nord's cameras go beyond megapixels and offer a truly diverse photography experience. But for you pixel peepers out there, you'll be pleased to hear that we'll be uploading every Nord sample photo onto our website that will be available for you to download in full. Nord supports Warp Charge 30T that can refill its 4100 milliamp hour battery from empty to 70% in just half an hour. Nord is a new direction for OnePlus. It makes our technology more accessible while retaining the same standards you expect from us, which means no compromising on camera, user experience, or quality. We couldn't be happier to welcome Nord into the OnePlus family. Before we discuss pricing and availability, there's one more product we want to share with you today. We know many of you have been asking us to cut the cord entirely and make a pair of truly wireless headphones. Today, we're doing exactly that. Introducing the OnePlus Buds.
Hey, what's up?
I'm just chilling at home.
The OnePlus Buds boast the same seashell-inspired design as our Bullet series and have an in-ear fit that's comfortable and remains secure even when performing physical activity. You're probably wondering why it's taken us so long to make these. Well, the answer is simple. We know the biggest pain point of truly wireless earbuds is battery life. So we wanted to wait until we could deliver a product that met our charging standards. I'm pleased to announce that the OnePlus Buds come with support for the same Warp Charge technology you know and love. You only have to charge for 10 minutes to get up to 10 hours of listening time.
10
Fully
minutes for
charged,
10
the
hours.
Buds and case provide 30 hours of battery life. That's enough time for you to jam about 600 songs or plow through 15 movies. These are also our first headphones to feature environment noise cancellation technology. Using 3 microphones on each bud, and advanced software algorithms, they're able to eliminate unwanted background noise even when making phone calls. You'll never have to let a strong gust, a fast-moving truck, or loud music interrupt your conversation again. Lastly, the OnePlus Buds come with new 13.4mm dynamic drivers for deeper bass and better overall sound. They also have incredibly low latency, so there's no audio delay when listening to music or watching videos, and an IPX4 water resistance rating. The OnePlus Buds come in 3 colors: gray, white, and Nord blue. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. What's the price of all this? Before we make any announcements, we want to hear how much you think the Nord is going to cost. We'll give you 30 seconds to take a guess. All you need to do is submit a figure using your smartphone.
Oh, it's guess time. So, oh, you're guessing, you're tapping. Wow.
A few more seconds should do it. Make sure to lock in your final number. Now, this would usually be the part where I take a look at your guesses and let you know that Nord is even more affordable than you thought. But since this is pre-recorded, I can't comment on your predictions in real time. That said, it's still a safe bet that Nord is even more affordable than you thought. I'm happy to announce that in India, Nord starts at 24,999 and releases starting August 4th. It will be available to purchase on Amazon, OnePlus.in, and in OnePlus Experience and partner stores. In Europe, Nord will start at €399 and £379. It will be available on August 4th
Under
from
400.
OnePlus.com, as well as our carrier and retail partners. We've also developed a range of accessories for the Nord, including cases that will keep it protected while still retaining its lightweight and minimalist design. Find out more at nord.oneplus.com. And lastly, here's the pricing for the OnePlus Buds. We'll have more details to share about a release date in the future, so stay tuned. Now, we want to bring a demo area to the homes of each and every one of you. So for those of you with your AR cardboard, simply pull out the paper phone tucked inside to go hands-on
You have to do it,
with the
Jack.
Nord.
Let's see. Here's the cardboard.
And make sure to share your experience on Instagram using the hashtag OnePlus Nord AR for a chance to win the real thing. And that marks the end of the world's first smartphone launch done entirely in AR. So what's next? This new path is as much ours as it is yours. Together, with our community, we're going to continue to push ourselves in ways we've never done before. This is our new beginning.
There it is.
I'd like to thank everyone for taking part in today's event. I'd also like to thank every member of the Nord team. Today wouldn't have been possible without the help of each and every one of you. So thank you, everyone.
All right. There you have it. Look at this. Goes into its own little box. Incredible. Unboxing experience. What do you guys think? I mean, we got the price, which was that key thing that people were curious about. And it's coming in under 400 euros. And obviously you saw the conversion in rupees as well, 25,000 rupees. I mean, look, it's a competitive marketplace, but there is a certain way that OnePlus does it. And I think OnePlus fans are going to be excited about having another option compared to what was out there that was sort of more competing at the flagship price point. But look at this. I mean, we'll talk about a futuristic experience, an AR launch happening on this desk right over here. And it goes